All right, welcome back to Blue and Gold. This is issue 3. We have the debut of Buggles, which is a Skeets ripoff by the Blue Beetle. Anyways, this is issue 3. So last time, what happened was that Booster Gold announced, hey, we're starting a Blue and Gold restoration fund. He wore his 80s outfit, cape and all, and then Blue Beetle got fired from his company because he sucks at managing it. So with that, let's hop in. New York City, we see the princess alien from the first issue. She's here to rule over Earth as she owns it, but she shows up to the United Nations and then shoots down a little beam and tell the citizens, hey, this realm is part of my realm. I own Earth. But across town, Booster, I don't know why he's in his normal attire, but he's trying to get into his office. They said, no way, Jose. You signed the lease, but you haven't given us your deposit or money, so there's no way you're allowed in. But he's got all the viewers watching him. The person says, on the way, payment doesn't count. He has to be here. Until then, stop wasting my time. Get out of here. Everybody's watching him get kicked out. Skeets is like, would you like me to read some of these responses? No, I don't want you to. And somebody watching, red hair, if you haven't read the 90s, 80s run of Booster Gold, you won't know who this is. But she's a very important character from that run. But he goes to meet Ted Cord, who is sitting in his little basement. Ted Cord is down in the dumps all depressed because he got kicked out. Booster is pissed. Hey, you're supposed to help us with the big move-in. Where's that money you promised us, Ted Cordo? Ted is like, hey, man, I gotta tell you something. But meanwhile, they hear a giant boom from that alien princess. So Booster goes to run to it. Skeets tells him, this is not of earthly origin. Oh, that makes sense. That's why my booster sense is going off. You're what? I saw it in another universe. But he runs over to go help everybody. He suits up, flies over all the way, talks about Ted being in a funk. He says, I see the vision. Ted sees the tree bark. It makes for a good team. Put the stream on, Skeets, because we're going to give these people a show. She grabs several heads from the UN and tells them, hey, you need to pledge your loyalty to me or I will kill you all. But just then, Booster arrives. Hey, I recognize you. You're one of those people who liberated your world's defenders from my ship. Wait, your ship? That was your ship that was trying to kidnap the Justice League? Wow, the plot thickens. Anyways, I'm Booster Gold, savior of the multiverse, protector of the time stream, and 3-time Superhero of the Year award. And then she reveals who she is. I'm Omnizon, daughter of Lord Kafun, High Regent of the Bearmore Guard, and ruling princess of this realm. And I have never heard of you, which is quite consistent with those who refer to you as the greatest hero you've never heard of. So Booster blasts her. He's like, how do I turn this off? And she says, watch your tone. This princess is well known across the galaxy, is a signal of my imperial presence and sign that subjects of this world must pay tribute. You expect presidents, kings, and queens to bend at the knee, but that's not going to happen, princess. Oh, do you speak for this world? No, there's a bunch of people. So she replies, well, Earth is part of the Beamore system. Our system has been here for eons. That means that Earth answers to me. I am in charge instead of all these other people that you talk of. And Booster fights back. Lady, do you expect Booster Gold to bend at the knee? You have no idea who you're talking to. As Ted Cord shows up in the Beetlemobile, he grabs his gun, shoots at her, and then while fighting, Ted Cord's like, I'm not calling this lady a liar. She might be telling the truth. And then she kicks him in the face, punches Booster Gold, grabs him by the throat, throws him down. These boys are getting disrespected. But Blue Beetle gets up, kicks her in the face, and then she grabs him by the throat. Hey, newsflash, we won't obey you, but I'm going to crush this guy's throat instead. And so he calls somebody to help him. Summons received. And then some flying object comes out of the Beetlemobile. Unknown, but it appears Blue Beetle admires me so much that he created his own version of me. That's a leap in logic, Skeets. Isn't it obvious? And then it shoots a beam at the princess and appears to vaporize her. And Booster's like, oh my god, you killed her. Skeets isn't a murderer, but why did you make this program thing this bizarro version of Skeets? And Ted's pissed. This is Buggles. He's not your sidekick. He's not my sidekick. He's just a technology piece. And so Ted pulls Booster aside to talk in private. And this is where Ted tells Booster, I'm sorry. I can't pay for all this stuff. I'm broke. What do you mean you're broke? You're head of Ted Cord Industries. Yeah, but they fired me. They took away my access to the company funds, tech that would have supported our venture. I can't fix my bug, which is why I'm salvaging what I can to build things like Buggy and the Buggles. And so Booster is getting upset, and then somebody says, I want to help you. Trixie Collins. If you don't know who that is Booster's old secretary from the 80s, 90s run. She was madly in love with Booster. I mean, gotta love me a redhead. He's surprised. Ted's also surprised to see him, but Skeets is like, yay, you were the best assistant Booster ever had. But she says she believes in their cause. She misses Booster, and that she has a building with space. It's not as cool, not as swanky, but it's yours if you want it, Booster. Booster lets her know, hey, we don't have a lot of money. I'm sorry, but yeah, if we can help out in any other ways. And Ted gives the idea, these people watch our live stream, they can be heroes by contributing money to us also. So essentially, they ask people to donate on their live stream so that they can afford to do the blue and gold restoration fund. And then Booster's like, but you killed that princess. Looks can be deceiving, old friend. And Blue Beetle says, imagine, if you will, a dank, hot, bug-infested Louisiana swamp. Imagine, too, that I might have realized Omnizon in that moment with so many civilians around was more than we could handle. And Buggles is equipped with a very practical weapon, a teleportation beam that I borrowed from the Justice League's tech. So let's just say the UN is safe for today, and now we have time to figure out how to deal with her. So basically, you just teleported her away, said, we'll deal with this problem some other day. Thank you for listening, watching, and enjoying. That was Blue and Gold issue 3. It's kind of short. We're gonna keep going. It's an 8-issue series. I love Trixie Collins. Honestly, one of my favorite people from the 80s run, right before Justice League International. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Peace out.